And welcome back for another episode of Beyond the Liminal Haven. I am your Ryujin, McCall Clark, and I am here with my very spirited Arcana crew. Woo! Say hello.
Ah!
Or scream. Those are all good responses.
Spiders.
No.
I forgot how much you love spiders.
Oh,
and that you're
I'm
just
not.
the biggest fan of them, and I keep putting them in this game.
I don't love their presence near my body.
It's a shame. I have unlimited spiders.
Oh, the spider is out of the studio.
I was about to ask.
Emerging from the dense foliage with impressive camouflage that previously rendered them unseen, clad in earthy tones and blending seamlessly with their surroundings, something appears with fluid grace that comes from having navigated this treacherous terrain for a lifetime. You hear a voice shout, "Don't look at them! They're just nightmare beasts. They won't hurt you if you don't look at them."
Do we recognize this voice?
You do not.
What if we already looked at them?
They're just nightmare beasts.
What if we already looked at them?
Just keep your eyes off of them and they won't advance on you. Goodness. Good thing we found you here just in time. We could have done some real damage to those guys. Look at that sword of yours. He's like looking at you. You see there's two people. They're clad in like these kind of earthy gray and brown tones and seem to have like moss kind of woven into their clothing. So there's like, as if they're holding still, you cannot see them basically.
Oh.
Like y'all ain't from around here, are you?
No.
No! We're new.
Are you sure?
Well, you look like you might actually be from here.
Well, I'm not.
Good to know. All right.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Assumption. I'm not sure. I don't know. I
Do
don't
you
think so.
recognize him?
Can't say that I do.
Well,
But yeah, the nightmare beasts. They're I mean, a lot of people are scared of them because of what they're called and what they can do, which is they're responsible for nightmares. But
I should also say that I am scared of them for what they are.
yeah, well, I mean, they got their part to play just like anybody else. They're part of the ecosystem, you know? I mean, some believe that dreams are just the mind's way of trying to confront problems that you're having difficulty with in your waking life, you know? So, I mean, they might have a purpose, so we try not to mess with them, but as long as you don't look at them, they're all good.
can they do something with dreams? Can they unravel dreams? These nightmare beasts?
I don't know about that. We just know that,
They just
the magic that emanates from them is what causes nightmares.
You cool with that?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
typically we look at it like this. If it exists, it probably has a reason to.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta say that normally I probably would be just as freaked out as you are, Vesper, but after kind of what we've been talking about the last couple of days, it seems like maybe they are kind of vital to the ecosystem, but like the ecosystem of the mind.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
like you.
really-
You got a point there. Yeah,
Thanks.
exactly.
Hey, you folks from around here?
Oh yeah, we're from the village.
We're actually trying to make our way to the village. We're thinking about throwing a big old party to save the Bog Mother.
Oh wow, that would be
We haven't really talked about it much yet, but I'm pretty sure that's where we're gonna land.
well, that would be a hoot and a half. We sure do love parties. Well, that's wonderful to hear.
Maybe spider dog races.
That could be a nightmare. Listen, we're trying to maybe find some guides who could help us get there. We're not from around these parts. Do you think you could help us out?
Yeah. Me and Nikita could. And he like turns to his friend, who's just like hasn't said anything yet. Just seems to be like slighter in physique and very quiet, and has like these very brooding eyes. This is Nikita. I'm Eli.
That's nice to meet you. I'm Fathom.
Well, nice to meet you as well.
These are my friends.
I'm Vesper. I'm still just like, I'm just looking in directions I think voices are coming from.
This is Nikita, and what was this one's name?
Eli.
Eli.
I'm Keiru. And my eyes are... I'm facing the nightmare things, but I'm just like looking in the two other directions.
Ooh.
With my frog eyes.
Does that help? Is it more the whatever?
How cognitive is it? Is it like if they think you're looking at them, if they perceive you as looking at them, does it work, or do you have to actually be doing it?
I think you have to actually be, have your eyes on them and see them. That's typically how they know
Perfect.
to advance on you.
Just like holding up a paw to block them out as we talk.
Very nice to meet y'all. Yeah, we can take you back this way if you want. It's a bit of a trek though, so it might be a good idea for us to spend the night since it is getting dark. But it's up to you guys if you want to press on or set up a camp.
I reckon we could set up camp.
So they're just gonna hang out nearby?
Yeah. You guys probably will have a few nightmares tonight, but it's up to you.
We can keep the flaps up on the tent.
No, that sounds worse.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess then we could just see their shadows on it in the moonlight, huh? But we wouldn't like wake up in the middle of the night and accidentally look at one, so.
That's true.
Oh, up, not got it. They work
Full
the other way.
music,
Cool.
scare them away or anything.
Saying
I don't really know because once we see them, we don't look at them, so we don't know what happens if you play music around them.
I'm gonna play some gloopy tunes. See if I can scare
alright.
them away.
I could.
Yeah.
Play that one I hate. Plug my ears.
They get 10 times bigger.
Oh no. Are these animals?
They're spirits. Yeah. Are you trying to cast some magic?
Yeah.
Are you asking mechanically if they're animals?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know what spell you took.
I played a tune and it wasn't a fail, so
Nice.
Cool.
So the
everybody gets
spiders get plus
plus
one on
one.
whatever it is they roll next.
Yeah, because they're
That's
clearly
cool.
allies, right?
You made some adjustments to that song. I kind of like it more now. Before it was too bloopy, but now it's like just kind of wet.
I made it swampy.
Nice. Maybe it's the environment.
It resonates off of the gloop and the glop over here.
Yeah, real wet music you got there.
So not animals.
Am I an animal?
That's unclear.
Yeah, that's
You
hard to
talk.
say.
I feel like that's the determining factor. Do it talk?
They might talk.
That's difficult to say depending on what the magic is, because like there are animals in this world, and there's a difference between animals and spirits.
The mountain spirit, the bear cat, that one didn't talk, but also was definitely a spirit, not an animal.
But like the bobcat spirit? Is that an animal?
We're about to go to sleep. Maybe you just try what you're trying to do, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
So I guess while everybody is making a nice comfy camp next to the nightmare spiders.
Before you
Sorry,
do this,
what, the nightmare beasts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before you do this, does it specify that you have to see the things?
Uh,
'Cause that would imply looking at them.
They just have to be within sight.
So you'd have to see them.
See, to me that implies that I could see them.
I think within
At the
sight.
end! So I just have to look at them right before it's done. That are within sight at the end of the ritual.
Let's just not look at them. Just don't look at them.
I didn't learn this thing, so I don't know what you're doing.
How many of us will play the Pillars of Salt?
I'll spend an hour.
I feel like you're doing this kind of like secretly like trying to do the mental gymnastics of figuring out how this works. And Eli and Nikita are like, the way that they're setting up camp is they're like tying ropes up in the trees and stuff, and
Because
like
the
building
ground
like
is wet.
Yeah, they build like a hammock style like floor.
Oh hell yeah.
Is it big enough for a whole tent?
Yeah, I mean we can get this figured out. I'm sure.
Oh, nice.
So they kind of work with you guys to get that set up.
Hell yeah.
I'll try to cast Animal Tamer. For the duration of the spell, the caster may tame a number of animals that are within sight at the end of the ritual. They may be used as either riding or pack animals. In order to cast the spell, I have to capture or detain them. If they're hanging out right nearby, that's detained.
Is it though?
This is interesting.
If I'm standing next to a tiger in the wild, have I detained it?
If the tiger is just fucking like...
There's a lot of real questionable legal
Interesting.
arguments going on over here, Your Honor.
Huh.
Oh, the spell has no effect on monsters. Are they monsters?
Oh,
They're definitely monsters.
Unfortunately, yes.
I've never encountered a monster
I
that's
was
just
kind of
like...
gonna be like, let's fucking do this and see, but like, it sounds like he's.
Are these wolves with spider legs monsters?
Listen,
What do you classify?
I determine a monster by something that people are like, fucking leave! You gotta leave! But instead everyone's just like, I don't know, just don't look at it.
If you look at them, you need to leave.
Okay, disregard. I'm gonna climb in the tent and never leave. That's actually a better solution to our problem.
It's very difficult because you can like hear them moving about, and scuttling around, and
Squish. You hear them squishing out there?
There's always something squishing in the swamp. Don't worry.
But stop!
yeah, eventually you just kind of get used to it. It kind of just blends in with everything else, like the crickets and the frogs and stuff.
I imagine it sounds like those slime videos where people stick their fingers in it. It's just like...
Except it's like really fast.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just a rapid slurping.
Rapid
The
slurping.
fucking wolf
That's what I'll
spider
put in
that tried to chase me out of our house.
Oh,
Slurps rapidly.
goodness.
Warps rapidly.
I'm gonna, once again, as I assume we're getting ready for bed, yeah?
Yeah, please.
It doesn't specify that I can only create one ice cube at a time. Target is open space, duration 10 minutes. Range is touch. Creates a large translucent frozen block, 50 centimeters on each side. This block may be used as an object in battle. Once it melts, it disappears, so it cannot be used for water. So I could theoretically make multiples of those, right?
I think so. Yeah, it sounds like it.
Okay, so if one of them is a little less than 2 feet, I'm gonna create 4 of them, which is 8 NP, which I'll mark off in case something happens in the night. And I'm gonna just like make a little block of ice to crawl atop and sleep on, kind of with the promise of potential nightmares, and the idea of kind of like facing the unknown and the dangerous. And in order to heal, I'm going to crawl up on a huge block of ice and sleep.
I like the idea that like you don't do it in the center and just
Sorry, everybody.
Eli and
come
Nikita
through.
just like, interesting way of sleeping, but yeah,
I hate
to
it.
each their own.
I really don't like it.
Well, then why do you do it?
Because that's how you get stronger, is by being uncomfortable first.
Nikita just like nods solemnly at this.
I imagine if we were to cook those spider legs, they would taste like crab legs.
Oh, yeah, you guys want
probably
some crab?
cook them.
We got some swamp crabs if you want them.
Swamp crabs.
there we go.
Swamp crabs.
Nikita like manages
you have
to.
promise that they're not spiders.
No, they're. I don't. Is crab spiders?
Crabs
Crab
is bugs.
spiders.
Crabs is bugs.
spiders?
Crabs is bugs.
Shrimps is bugs.
Shrimps is bugs too. Yeah.
Well, everybody knows shrimps is bugs,
Bugs, yeah.
but is crab spiders is the epic long question that nobody's been
But
able to
they're-
answer.
What you're saying is that they're crabs.
Yeah,
They're not
Yeah, swamp-
spiders
swamp
that you're
crabs.
calling crabs.
sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Spiders.
Don't say crabs is spiders.
Don't ruin crabs.
Yeah, Nikita like does some really cool handiwork with some branches nearby and like builds this like basically a pit that he can put something on top of so he can like build a fire to cook stuff over. and he cooks you guys up a bunch of swamp crabs.
Swamp
yeah.
crabs.
That's just crawfish.
I imagine their shells just look like rocks.
They have a bluish tint to them, which is interesting. But they're like speared onto one long stick. You see that they've probably been out there like just spearing them. And so they cook them up for you guys. You guys get to eat before you go to bed. Where are you guys from? Why are you heading over to Coven Lodge?
Well,
Well,
it's a long story, but we seek to help the Swamp Mother.
Bog Mommy? Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, gator hog.
Yeah.
Gator Hog Bog Mommy.
The Baconator?
What?
Baconator?
Did you call her the Baconator? You're not gonna try to eat the Bog Mommy, are you?
No. I heard she was sick anyway.
Well, yeah. It's a shame you guys had to see the swamp like this. It's usually a lot prettier, actually. Yeah, but since she fell ill, yeah, it's been a little drab out here, unfortunately. But we still love it.
Did the nightmare creatures come about after she fell ill?
I mean, we've always had them, but there's definitely been more. I would say that much.
Like things are kind of out of balance, you'd say.
Yeah. Yeah, actually.
Noted.
But what? So you guys are gonna throw a party in hopes that will help the
Yeah.
Mother?
Well, it's one idea.
We got this special little flask that when you party around it, when a bunch of people party around it, it gets filled with good vibes, and then you can drink them, and they make you feel better.
Whoa, that's like the opposite of all our flasks. That's crazy, man. Yeah, usually you drink
One to
it and
party,
then there's like a
one-
party around it. That's what happens. But that's cool. Yeah.
Reverse booze.
Anti-liquor.
Well, yeah. I mean, the Bog Mother's been sick for a long time.
Well, here it's been at least 10 years, right?
Yeah. Probably a little bit longer than that. But yeah,
Do you know what made her sick?
we don't know what the cause of it was. She used to be real, I guess, kind and open is the words you could kind of use for it. She made everything grow here in the swamps and made all the creatures and spirits here lively and gave them vitality. And then all of a sudden, it was like she just didn't want to do it no more, and she just kind of keeps it all to herself. She's got a little lair, which she didn't used to. She used to just roam the swamps. Now she's just got a little spot that she keeps all beautiful with flowers and growing things and whatnot. It's kind of unsettling though to go near it. She's very, very territorial over it now, which she never used to be. She used to be you could just walk right up and pat her, but not anymore.
do you happen to remember if there were any events leading up to this?
Not that I can recall. I mean, things were pretty much normal as usual.
Have you seen her recently? In the last 10 years?
I mean, I don't know that anybody in the village has gone out to see her in a while because, well, we tried all sorts of things, all manners of magic and studyings to try to figure out what it could be or if anybody's ever heard of something like this before, and I haven't found anything. No solutions.
We ran into a similar situation up in Hartshold with the spirit of the hot springs up there was feeling unwell. When we arrived, it was like they were breathing in this dark smoke, and those vapors kind of became violent. And before that, when we were in the grasslands between Liminal Haven and Spokeswood, there's a similar thing with a bobcat spirit, but it was like dripping a dark ichor, like ooze.
Huh.
And that got violent. So I was just curious if maybe anybody's seen the Bog Mother dripping vicious fluids or gases.
Any oozes?
Is that Bog Mommy leaking?
I did this to myself. I can't be upset.
You came out here and you said, "Oh, the Bog
Bog
Mommy."
Mommy, because that's what they would call her. It's
Yeah.
just-
That's what she is.
yeah.
The dank matron oil.
Bog Mama.
I can't say there was vapors or ichor or anything like that, but
Solids?
they said that there's there is some kind of dark presence there with her, is what they say, and it is violent. So we warn everyone not to go near it.
Has a strange wizard or sorcerer come through lately?
Crazy one.
Malachi.
Malachi, Mad Mage. No, we haven't seen him in years.
So you know of him.
Yeah, this is where it came from.
I do think he mentioned that he'd been banished.
Yeah, Malachi unfortunately got a little out of control. He was really quite brilliant. He was, in line basically for becoming one of the elders. We got a council of elders at the village, and he showed a lot of promise. He even knew a lot of arcane magics, and he was studying that. But I don't know. I guess it was on account of his sister, Lorelei. She fell ill as a kid and never really recovered. But he was always trying to help her, help the village. He was gonna get a better pathway to and from the swamps so that we could trade easier and all this stuff. And we said, we don't need that. And it's noble of you to try to cure your sister. And she couldn't. He tried to take her out to Liminal Haven, but that didn't work because the paths are just too rough. She couldn't make that trek. But that's part of why he wanted some of the paths. But the more he dove into trying to fix her, the weirder things got. And when the Bog Mother fell sick, he tried some crazy experimental thing, and we kept telling him, calm down, slow down, you're gonna hurt somebody. And, well, he did. He had a crystal tear from the heart of the city in the swamp that we don't really want to let anybody near the thing because they're dangerous, but he essentially absorbed its power, and then trying to help his sister and the Bog Mother ended up hurting a lot of people. But he wasn't going to give it up, so we forced him to leave.
That seems fair.
Yeah.
If he came back, what would happen? Would he be cast out again?
Yeah, we do everything in our power to get him to leave.
Also fair.
It's a shame, but he was a great kid.
Well, we believe he may be coming back,
Oh,
but
Maybe he's just as sick as the Bog Mother is, but
in
up
a
here.
different way. Yes.
yeah, it seems like there's a bunch of different kinds of illnesses, huh?
Yeah.
Well, if we can help heal the Bog Mother, then perhaps we can move the crystal tear out of his reach.
Well, but that might be something you want to talk to the council about.
Yes.
It used to be that you award the crystal tear to a party or whoever that could do something great for the village, and healing the Bog Mother would certainly be that. So it's possible. After what happened to Malachi, we were real wary about ever giving that thing to anyone.
Maybe we could get together with Serafina and come up with a way of healing Malachi by way of the crystal tears.
Well, we don't know that the crystal tears can solve hurt, and it sounds like that's mostly what this is. That's kind of the whole problem we've been talking about with Liminal Haven in the first place, is trying to solve inward human problems with magic.
Well, but that's the issue, right? Is that it was meant to be a treatment, but it became more than that. It became
But
something
it
that
didn't work
people...
as a treatment.
Did we know that for sure?
That's what Serafina told us.
Oh.
It was supposed to be a painkiller, but for your
Forget,
mind.
does it only come from happiness or the crystal tear?
They come from all of the energy of the city,
All
right?
energy?
Yeah, our understanding is that if there's any experiences that, people or humans have that are based upon basically experiencing the world around you, then it produces the arcane that the spirits use.
So sadness, everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe by way of Liminal Haven reducing some of those feelings might be what upset the balance in the first place?
Yeah.
About right.
It's unusual.
Because if
Don't
nobody...
you think that Liminal Haven doesn't produce its own crystal tear.
No, but I mean,
Because nobody
all the
there...
people inside.
If all...
It's only the good spirits, it's only the happy emotions, what happens to the bad.
Like what they're living is not real, so it doesn't gather into a tear, perhaps. Or maybe it's just because Serafina didn't build a catcher there. It's odd
No,
that they
there's-
can't make their own.
There's an antithesis well in Liminal Haven. That's where they put the crystal tears to keep the veil.
But that's different than the thing that gathers the tear.
Hey, you all right there, Vesper?
If the things in the Liminal Haven aren't real, and I was born there, am I real?
Well, it's not that the things there aren't real. It's
Go over
that,
with a froggy finger and poke you.
Do I feel?
It goes right through her.
it's not that the things there aren't real. It's that only people there are only experiencing, and this is just, I'm just throwing out numbers, but let's say half of the emotions that normally they would. Then that other half isn't being released out into the world like it should. It's trapped in the veil. So it's not that the things inside Liminal Haven aren't real. It's that they're being suppressed. Kind of like your magic was while you were in there.
Oh. It's because I was born half.
Maybe your magic kind of relies on your anxieties.
Oh. Then I would have been very powerful forever.
Because I think the idea, right, is that, Liminal Haven was like, it's a treatment for people, but people started settling there.
Right.
So your family's probably just one of them people that's what settled there.
Yeah.
Seems kind of weird. You just living half a life, not experiencing the rest of it. I mean, hell, even mosquito bites feel good when you itch them. Like, what? You don't want that part of your life, really?
What is a mosquito?
Oh,
And why does it bite?
Well, but once you don't have something, you don't even know to miss it.
suppose that's true.
And a lot of the people in Liminal Haven can't remember their life before they got there, so...
That's what Serafina was saying. She was saying that when she was in the Liminal Haven, it took all her pains away, her emotional pains. But then when she left to go get a crystal tear, she got those memories back, and some of them were bad, but she was able to remember her partner. And that was worth never going back. But there's just so many people there that don't even know that they have the option to remember. They don't know that they forgot.
Poor souls.
Yes. Well, I think that we need to finish resting and go speak with the council at your village.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should be there tomorrow.
Thanks for the swamp crabs.
Yeah. Anytime.
Yes, they were delicious.
Swamp butter.
Yeah.
I don't want any swamp butter, thank you.
Oh, you're missing out.
I would eat the swamp butter by itself.
Yes, it is. It's very savory.
Butter keeps
Very.
me well in the bog.
Where does the butter come from?
Where's the butter come from?
Where does it come from?
Campaign.
Bog butter's a thing. Like they would store butter in like
Oh, that makes
the
sense.
peaty bog because it wouldn't.
Yeah, like bog bodies.
Yeah,
Oh, they don't go bad.
yeah.
Go bad?
Yeah, they don't expire.
I have some problems with the phrasing.
Bog bodies.
Probably after dinner
These-
is when I'll create my little ice bed.
All right. And with that, you guys all go to sleep.
I curl up with Nori, my little ceramic cat that purrs in the sunlight.
As promised,
Yeah,
being in
bring
the
it
proximity of the nightmare beasts, you guys are going to have some restless dreams. Fathom, we'll start with you.
All right.
This time the dream is much more vivid. You see two figures. One is large and swathed in a big fur cloak. The other one is a lot smaller, and they're holding hands. And they call out to you. All right, pull up the net then. Let's go. And you, doing what
start
you
pulling
normally
it.
do, start pulling up a net out of a hole in a sheet of ice. And it is then that you begin to hear that cracking sound. Only this time, that child's voice is much closer to you, and the other figure is much farther away from you, and you know something terrible is about to happen. You wake up again with that cracking sound, freezing cold, and an absolute feeling of being lost and panicked. Rem, same thing for you. This is much more vivid. You see that face, long hair, sweet face, telling you, Remy, it's time to wake up. Kissing you lightly on the cheek, waking you up, getting you ready for a day. And then it slowly fades into something else. This person that had woken you up, as you're watching her face begins to grow gaunt, gray, and you are doing everything that you can to keep her safe. You feed her soups, trying out different recipes, different types of herbs, and she continues to wither away. Eventually everything fades to black, and you awake with that feeling of loss. Keiru, you see that figure with the robes with the arcane sigils, and it seems to be demanding something of you and the people that you're with. There's an argument, and you know that what it is that you're doing is a duty, something that you have to finish. If you don't do this, there's going to be horrible things that happen to a lot of people, and you can't simply do what it is this figure wants you to do. As it lifts a finger and begins to scream at you guys, you hear one of your comrades scream, no. You also see something fly in front of you this time before you're blasted backwards.
What is it?
Roll an intelligence check for me. Double it. And actually,
Big brain.
I'm going to say that you don't have to do... you can choose whether or not you want to use your magic, your song +1 bonus on this, or if you want to save that for tomorrow morning.
I'll save it.
Okay.
$15.
What flies in front of you is winged, feathered, somewhat small. Appears to be a bird with black and white feathers. And you know that from the power of the blast that blasts you backwards, there's no way this thing was not obliterated.
Interesting.
Your heart is filled with a horrible sadness at this complete loss.
My bird.
And you awake. Vesper, you dream of that tree again that had grown, that you'd planted with your own hands. And it shadows you with its long branches. You feel successful. You've achieved something. This is grand. You did this. But as you turn around, you see your family far off in the distance, seemingly alone and without you. You feel a sense of loss, of separation, of sadness, a sense of loneliness. But I'll let Vesper decide what it is that she feels now about that tree. And you don't even have to say it. You wake up.
I think as soon as he wakes up, Fathom, still kind of like in that dream, like that liminal space between dream and awake, jolts awake and kind of like circles the area where he was sleeping before like stopping with his paws out and just kind of like feeling solid ground underneath him. And there's like a brief moment where the undulation of the ropes beneath his weight feels like being on water until he realizes where he is and calms a bit.
Nikita was already awake, and he puts a hand on your chest and nods at you like he understands. Eli, even, I think at that disturbance, kind of wakes up with a start, just oh, knew it was going to be a rough night. Looks around at you guys. Well,
What was yours?
mine's always being chased by this big monster I can't see. Always running for a light that never seems to get any closer. It's better than Nikita's. Nikita's is he says it's something like a starfish made of knives that's just like rolling around.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
It's the same one every time?
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if they were dreaming memories, if they were real because of these things. Can you trust what you dream?
Well, I don't know. A lot of it's probably metaphorical. I like to think that, the light at the end of the tunnel that I'm trying to run towards is like, my potential, and the thing that's like chasing after me is like my parents' idea of what I should be, but it's silly or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. Nikita's thing, I don't know what the hell is up with that starfish. I think that he just had a rough run in
I
with
think
the
that's something
starfish.
else. Yeah.
Yeah. And Nikita just nods.
It like regular starfish, you're good with. Okay.
How is Rem looking when he wakes up?
Oh.
Quiet.
Do you guys feel like
Even more than normal.
do you guys feel like you've remembered anything?
I saw two people. It was the strangest thing because I could just kind of make out the outlines because there's just snow below and it was like silhouettes almost. And it was cold like it always is, but I heard a voice, and when I heard that, it was like there was warmth for a second, but only inside. And then everything was cold.
And you don't remember ever living anywhere cold?
I've only ever lived on the beach outside Liminal Haven, as far as I know. But it felt really familiar. But the ocean's never frozen over there. It gets cold, and I worry that it might, but it never has.
Well, I mean, pardon me saying, but you sound like you're from Bodsfell. I mean, that's where my family was from before they came to the swamp. But the bay there, it gets cold sometimes.
I had a friend, well, kind of afraid. We've only met a couple times, but they said the same thing. But I've never been there. Maybe after we see to the Bog Mother, figure out what it is that we're doing with these crystal tears, I'll take a visit down there and see if it jogs anything.
Yeah, it's not too long of a trip by boat if you were to leave from the swamp. But they're the ones that we get in contact with the most, just because it's easier to go by boat than it is to trek through the forest.
Well, I guess we'll just have to kind of see where our travels take us then, huh?
In theory, that location doesn't have a crystal tier, but it would be on the way to Botanica Port. It would be on the way to Botanica Port.
Y'all got any, like messengers in town?
We do, yeah.
Maybe we could, I could chip in for the price. Maybe we could send for Serafina to meet us there when she's done with whatever she's working on.
Well, we'll have to pass back through that region on our way out.
Not if we take a boat from here. It depends. First things first, we should take care of the Bog Mother.
Yep.
Everybody roll your condition checks for me.
Oh shit, I
Your
forgot. That's part of
plus
our
ones.
lives.
It'll be really weird if you guys get high rolls at this point.
Yeah, right?
Feel free to add a +1.
Oh, yeah.
And hopefully it's higher.
Ooh.
I can't pick
That's
up
super cocked.
D4s.
You say 13, Fathom?
Yeah.
Nice. I think that there's a satisfaction in getting more to the view of that dream that's been messing with you.
Yeah, I think there's like a weird kind of like bump in spirit to whenever he was talking last night about the idea of like facing your fears, and this idea that's come up more frequently about how it's important to have the negative so that you can also remember the positive, and like facing your fears. There's something kind of refreshing in knowing that there was a little bit of warmth before the cold.
Yeah.
Got a 14.
14.
Tan.
Tan?
Tan.
I got an extra syllable in that tan.
Tan.
What about you, Karen?
8.
Oh no, there's only
Well, that's what you had
one.
last time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Still pretty decent.
I'm gonna
Wouldn't
bump
you
up my
have
dex this
11?
time.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
What happened?
Look at you doing math.
She had a +1 to add to that.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I forgot to ask if you wanted to do your church bell.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but
I thought about it too, but
Yeah.
Church bell?
the thing that you eat.
Oh,
Herbs that give you
I'm just
plus to
gonna-
spirit.
Yeah, I'll just kind of like chew on it as we travel, just because I know it's about to go bad. Anyways.
Okay. You toke up and spread it around.
Gotta
Eli
love
and
that.
Nikita are like, oh, hell yeah. We got some of our own, too.
Gotta
They
love
should just
that.
start vaping. So that bumps you up to a 15?
Yeah.
Eli and Nikita help you pack everything up and take down the hammocks and begin winding their way through murky waters, trying to keep to areas that are dry. You see like lily pads or a dotting surface of stagnant palms, and they turn you. Typically, those would be in bloom right about now, but again, Bog Mommy's not feeling so good. Everybody make travel checks for me.
Right.
This one's ridiculously high.
So
Sorry.
we no longer get the +1 from walking sticks because of swamps.
Right.
But
But if you got your mud boots,
I've got my mud boots. I also took swamp as my favored terrain or from our level up.
right.
So do I get +2 to this roll?
Now it gains a +2
Okay.
to the terrain for the level up.
Oh, +2.
Yeah.
Nice. So I've got +3 with my boots.
Damn.
And I moved my dex up to a d6, so it's 2d6 instead of d6 and a d4 for this roll. I planned ahead this time
I
for
moved
this
up
trip.
my dex
Um,
today.
it is also it's very hot, and humid here. It's very stifling as you're walking through, and so I think the way the clothing works against the temperature or the weather is that it negates the modifier that the weather adds, but the terrain itself just has a difficulty level.
Would I have any benefit in the swampy conditions, being a frog?
I would say so. Yeah, I would say you get like a +1 to that just for having your webbed feet and liking the moisture.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you have your sun hat on too, so that's good.
I'm gonna be the only party member to not make
Oh.
it through the swamp.
No, me too.
I rolled a
shit.
7.
I still rolled pretty low. I got a 10, even with all those additions.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, man. Yeah, unfortunately, it's an 11 to get through the swamps.
It's all holes. It's all wet holes.
You're just sludging through it.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my
Oh, yeah.
one of my 2 uses of the Giant's
Giant's
Palm.
Palm.
Can't do the thing.
Smart. Otherwise, you guys are losing half your HP.
Yeah, don't want to do that.
Correct.
How many of those apples can I eat at once?
You can eat all of them if you
Frogmouth
need
is
to.
pretty big.
I mean, do they all give me the +2 for each one I eat?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. I don't see why you wouldn't
Like,
stack them.
That guy who juggles apples and is like taking bites out of them.
I'm gonna eat 3 apples instead of using a giant's palm, which
Wow.
only brings me up to a 13. That's fine.
It's only 1 less than my maximum.
You guys are sledging through. You're feeling your calves and your thighs are burning
Look at
from
that,
the amount of
almost
work
twice
it
as
has
much.
to do to get through this body of boggy mud. You're getting eaten up by mosquitoes. It is hot as hell out here. You're dripping sweat. Everything's wet. It's pretty much a miserable time, although Eli and Nikita seem to be moving with fairly easy grace and are in generally good spirits for having had a nightmare night and being in these what you would think are rough conditions.
When we encounter like clouds of mosquitoes, I'll try to like grab
Oh, hell
them
yeah.
with my tongue,
Nice.
like en masse. Just like try to grab a whole bunch of them at once with like one tongue strike.
Like frog cotton candy.
Just
Yeah.
disgusting. Very cool.
This is not as fun as it looked like it would be on the map.
Please taste.
I'm scratching hundreds of mosquito bites.
Yeah, I told you.
You said that they happened, but I didn't know. I didn't know.
It kind of feels good to
Mosquitoes?
scratch, right?
Yeah.
In a way, I'm
We
eating
don't-
Feel good?
a little bit of
It's
each
good
of it.
when you scratch it, but then you move to scratch a different place, and then the place that you're not scratching feels awful. So you just have to keep scratching.
Once we get back to the village, I know somebody that has a good balm for that. It'll help you.
I'm gonna swim in it.
I feel like Fathom's failure was because he didn't take off his warm cape at first. So he's like got his boots, so he's got like good traction, but his cape is just dragging and becoming and like starts choking him, and he eventually just has to take it off
Oh man.
like a dog on a walk without a harness.
I feel it's important to mention that since these mosquitoes were eating you and I ate them, that I have
Oh,
eaten some of
Oh
each
no,
of you.
he's tasted
Yes.
human flesh.
I'm just kidding.
odd circle there. This is worse than the nightmare beasts. You guys managed to trudge through the forest still, though, and as the party approaches the village, you are met with a sight that stands in stark contrast to the rest of the eeriness of the swamp. Nestled amidst the tangled foliage and these towering cypress trees, there's this oasis of civilization. There are quaint wooden structures built up on stilts and built into the trees and tree branches with these kind of rope-lined bridges that lead in between them. Moss-covered roofs slope gently downwards, and there's narrow pathways between everything. The air is actually filled with the sound of laughter and conversation and music. You hear the plucking of banjos and guitars. You hear drumming. You hear like children playing. And at the very heart of the village stands a majestic old oak tree with the biggest branches of all spreading out over everything. And Eli says, "Welcome to Coven Lodge."
It's actually really nice.
Yeah.
We like to think so. We like to indulge in life a lot. And he kind of like leads you up these set of stairs so that you guys are up out of the bogginess and amongst the pathways and the buildings. I think a lot of people, as you guys are walking up, start kind of like looking at you guys, like really curiously, and even some like children are kind of like running up and like hiding behind stuff and like giggling at you guys. Like, yeah, we don't get a ton of new folk around here very often. Just every once in a while. Balm, right? Let's go get you the balm, and we'll get the council of elders. As you guys like progress through the village, she's kind of introducing you to certain people. Like, oh yeah, they're from Liminal Haven. They're here to save the Bog Mother, and everybody's just kind of like, oh, well, that's nice of y'all. Yeah, okay, sure. They get you some balm. If you rub it on, it's like an instant cooling relief.
Now you are also slimy.
Well, we got our skeeter bomb. Should we head to the old folks' home?
The Elder Council.
Yeah.
It's fine. We like to call them that sometimes too. Yeah, they're over at the oak tree here at the center of town, so we can make our way over there. As you guys do make your way over there, you see everybody here has a particular style of dress. They're all in these earthy tones, the same things that Eli and Nikita are wearing, maybe less camouflaged though, because they were clearly like out on a mission, like outside of the village, hunting for stuff. And everybody else here is like, the clothes are a lot thinner because it is so hot, and so it doesn't need to be as weighed down with protection. Except for as you guys approach the oak tree, there are two people. One woman who is wearing a white shirt and like khaki-looking pants, and a short, stout man with her who's wearing like a blue shirt and green pants. They look like they might be from somewhere else as well. And they're talking to four older folks outside of the oak tree.
Can we hear what they're talking?
Yeah, if you want to listen in. Everybody give me dexterity intelligence checks for whoever wants to listen.
Wow.
3.
5.
10.
Nice.
8.
I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I don't think you'll actually hear what they're saying. However, Rem, you can hear the two people are talking to the elders, and the elders are very apologetic, it sounds like. And these two people are like, well, it sure is a shame. We came here for the orchid. It only blooms, once every 30 years, and it's supposed to be this year. It's a shame the Bog Mother is not feeling well. And the elders are just like, yes, we're aware. It's been rough, but unfortunately, no, not much has bloomed here lately in the past 10 years or so. As you guys approach, they all kind of turn towards you, and then the elders look at you. Oh, more new faces. Wow, what an exciting time. Hello. Hi.
Howdy.
Eli gives a quick introduction to you guys and introduces you to Alexei Gorgov, Corbin Gorgov, Very Alesti, Gracie Brandeski. And Eli kind of explains, yeah, these are our elders. They make most of the decisions for the village. They're real good about making sure that everybody's opinions are accounted for, but they make all the decisions as far as trade and what to do and building codes and food and all that stuff. Elders, these folks here are from Liminal Haven. They said that they're going to help the Bog Mother.
Yeah, so do you want to talk about the flask?
Oh, yeah. I pull out the flask with the red ruby in the middle.
Oh, let's take a look here. Oh.
So if we get a lot of people to show a lot of emotion and things like that, I think there's a way to fill this up, and maybe we can help.
Sound so sure there, young man.
Someone can explain this better to me.
Yeah, we're certain that it works because we did the same thing up in Hartshold not too long ago. Actually got the crystal tear from there, and there was a sick hot spring spirit. Long story short, we had some cat races in town, and the good vibes filled up our little flask here. We took it up the mountain, fed it to the spirit, and cured him of his ailment. So if we can get this thing all filled up by maybe having a little party here in town or a festival of some kind, we can take it to the Bog Mother and give her a little sip with some soup, and hopefully she'll be right as rain.
It'll cure
Yeah.
my nails, yeah.
The elders are kind of like, you see one of them kind of like lean over and say something. They're like,
I don't think you'll have cats,
Right.
but you'll have a lot
Yeah.
of like crabs, right?
Crab races.
crab races. Okay.
Y'all ever race swamp
yeah.
crabs?
You know, I can't say that we have. We mostly just eat them, but yeah, I bet you could race them. Sure.
What manner of parties do you have here?
All sorts, mostly with very loud music and lots of dancing and tons of hooch.
Dance party.
I can help with the music.
Oh, excellent! You're a musician. That's wonderful. Love to hear that.
Rem can help with food.
Oh, okay. You know how to cook up a swamp crab?
Oh yeah.
Good to hear.
When is the soonest we can have
Never done it. I just
a festival?
You got it.
I got it.
You got it.
We're sorry. We're just not sure. How was a party supposed to help the Bog Mother? That's just.
So the flask is made of magic, and it collects good vibes. And then you feed the good vibes to a spirit, and the spirit,
Because the Bog Mother's out of balance.
right?
She's got
She's
more
got
bad.
too many
bad
bad vibes. The
So we
vibes
want
are
those good
start-
bad vibes.
start nodding.
Good.
you want your good vibes and your bad vibes to be, well, I guess probably not the same. That'd be bad. But you want them to be.
Well, you do need both.
You need both, is what we've learned.
So the hot
We're saying we want to turn that frown upside down.
With some party and soup.
party and soup. All right. The hot springs spirit. It was diagnosed with bad vibes. Is that what I'm
yeah.
to understand?
We're saying,
Bad vibes leaking out everywhere.
yeah.
It had sad
Have
blood.
you observed any? Have you observed any unusual goos or
Or vapors.
or vapors?
Anybody around here got a case of the vapors? I feel like I do.
Is there any evil goop or sludge?
Is she leaking in ways that she had previously never before?
There's something that seems to emit from her underneath her. It's more like a shadow, though. Tendrils of fingers.
But it's
Okay.
dark.
Yeah.
Spin at people.
Yeah, we haven't
yeah,
encountered that yet, but we have
Yeah.
encountered goo and breath that have been less than ideal.
Yeah, we had to do some fighting before we could do some healing. Mm-hmm. Not the spirits themselves, but the things what were taking over them or whatever.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well,
So what we do is we bust the bad vibes and we supplement the good vibes.
I know this probably sounds crazy, but we can prove that we've got the crystal tear from Heartshold in this lantern.
and that's like one of the old people snaps. Is like, oh, always comes with a price, doesn't it? That's what it is. Y'all are after the crystal tear. That's why you're going to be doing this for us.
Well, originally, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, right now we're
Alright.
kind of trying to, feel in our hearts whether or not it's right to take the crystal tears. So,
As payment for your good deed, yeah.
period for anything, really.
Oh.
That's kind of where we're at in our hearts, is unsure.
Well,
I'm sure it's better than what's been going around. It seems like a lot of greed around here. It used to be everyone was free and open with everything, but now it's all about capitalizing on everything. And all you young folks, whatever.
do you think that the tear is in danger here because of Malachi?
Yeah, that's really our only reason to take it at this point, is to not
Someone
Keep it
else.
safe.
let other people get it. Yeah.
Did you say Malachi? Oh, he's not coming back, is he?
Well, that's
We don't know for sure.
We think he might be.
Is his sister still here?
Yeah, Lorelai, she is.
oh.
I reckon he's going to be coming back.
For her?
Unless he's going down south to get a different crystal tear. To try and bring that back. He's been trying to get his hands on a crystal tear, but had some incidents. Got a group of adventurers all kind of stuck up. But we met Seraphina and brought her down from Heart's Hold, and she's helping them out.
Oh. Interesting.
For free.
Now, see, that's what I'm talking about. Generosity.
Saying people are being real greedy lately. Like, is there something we can do to maybe like a day of giving or?
Oh, that could be nice.
You hear a voice from behind you say, Keiru? Keiru, is that you?
Who is speaking?
There's an older man, and he's holding the hand of a woman. She's probably about 40 years old or so.
Are they elders here, or are they just people who walked in?
They're just people that lived in the village. They're wearing kind of villagers' clothing. The one guy's looking at you like, Keiru, I can't believe it's you.
I don't mean to be rude, but I don't know who you are.
Oh, Kaylin, Kaylin and Lyra, you don't remember us?
My memory has been affected.
Well, so was Lyra's, and the woman next to him just kind of like smiles a little bit blankly.
What happened that made your memory go? Where do you know me from? I have many questions.
Kaylin stops for a moment and he looks at you and goes, well, we had the curse put on us. In the forest, it was...
Please tell me everything.
Are these frog people?
No, they're just normal humans.
Were you frogs before?
No, Keiru. No, we all woke up at the same time in the forest, and there had been some kind of an explosion or something, and none of us knew what was going on.
Do you remember Malachi?
Malachi, the Mad Mage? I can't say that I've ever actually met him face to face.
I feel like he caused the explosion, or was involved in it.
Huh.
I remember being blown back
Yeah, I remember that part too.
in the explosion. Was anybody or anything destroyed?
I don't rightly remember. And then the woman next to him looks at you, and then like you see her eyes that had been like kind of had this 1,000-yard stare, kind of look at you for a second. She goes, "Hi, Ren." And then your dragonfly is hanging out around you, and she looks at it. "Hi, Maggie." Kaylin turns and looks at her and goes, "Lyra, she does that sometimes. She gets confused. Ever since the incident, it seemed like she didn't have much there. She's got some kind of arcane magic powers. Sometimes she's a little clearer than others, but for the most part, she's pretty gone. The explosion, I mean, if you don't remember, I'm pretty sure I was not always this old. I think I was young. But...
I was not always a frog.
Right, you kept saying that. And we were like, but you're a frog now, and, weird.
Do you happen to remember how long ago?
Well, we've been here for about, for a long time, maybe 10 or so years, I guess.
That sounds about right.
Yep. I think
time's hard, man. It's weird.
That's what I
So
keep
hard.
hearing.
Do you remember the Liminal Haven?
Well, I know of it. Do I remember it? As in, like, being there?
Yes.
I have vague memories of an ocean, a cliffside overlooking an ocean. But nothing more than that. Me and her tried to go back one time, and we couldn't get through the barrier. So we settled in the swamps.
I am also not able to get through the barrier.
Weird.
I think...
You don't think that means we're evil, do you?
No. But I think we were tasked with getting the tears for them before.
Yeah. Yeah, it would make sense why we were all together.
Who else was with us? Anyone?
When we woke up,
Yes.
just us three. And your dragonfly.
And you know, Maggie, you called it?
It lands on Lyra's shoulder. And she just kind of smiles at it.
Lyra, what else do you remember?
She just kind of looks blankly at you and smiles. The clouds are pretty today.
Have you had further issues with your memory?
Honestly, I just tried to leave it all behind. It's all the trouble we went through trying to figure out what happened to us and how to reverse it.
Where was the explosion? Do you remember?
Probably not too far outside of the swamp in the forest.
Near a crossroads.
Yeah, somewhere close to there.
Was it an old temple ruin?
I don't remember.
It sounds like Malachi's place, his lair, whatever.
Maybe.
I wonder if the issues with your memories are part of the curse, or if they were done after so that you wouldn't remember who to find about them.
Perhaps. We ran into another group that was affected by a destabilized crystal tear. They each had separate afflictions.
Those crystal tears are no joke, man. They're rough.
Seems we may have also been affected by that. And it seems like Malachi might be at the heart of it.
The Council of Elders is like taking all of this in and watching all of this with like keen interest, because you guys were just complete outsiders saying that you could fix the Bog Mother with magic, and suddenly you know two people from the swamps who supposedly these elders would probably know since they've been living in the swamps for 10 years. Like, this is all very strange that it's all coalescing here and now. And you say that Malachi might come back?
Possible.
We're concerned about the possibility.
He seems obsessed with fixing his sister.
He was most concerned about her.
He seems to think that the power of the crystal tear can do it, but he is not capable of wielding it
No, he proved that.
effectively.
He's already proved that.
Letting him have another would be disastrous.
Do you think you are capable of protecting the tear? Personally, I would think that it's safer here in the city where we can, in the village where we can keep an eye on it.
Well,
And one of the other older ladies is, I think we should give them a chance. Let's see if they can help the Bog Mother.
I agree that helping the Bog Mother,
Is the greater priority.
it comes first in any case, so we might as well worry about that first.
Aren't you worried they're gonna get hurt? They're like kind of whispering to each other. It's very dangerous out there.
In fairness, we have been hurt kind of a lot, but we're good. So,
You're just covered in pink calamine.
it's like drying.
I have many apples. I think it'll be okay.
Didn't you eat most of them?
No,
Oh,
I still have many apples.
how many did you buy?
I bought 10.
Oh,
Lyra kind of perks up. The Bog Mother's sick. And they're like, yeah,
What?
yeah, Lyra, we know.
Tell us more, Lyra, about
When?
why.
when did the Bog Mother get sick?
One of the elders answers, a little over 10 years ago, I'd say.
Many
It's been a long time since things have started blooming here.
Is it possible that helping the Bog Mother could maybe help fix this situation?
Perhaps the Bog Mother was near whenever the explosion happened.
Or perhaps her becoming sick has something to do with what happened to the three of you. 4, sorry. Maggie?
It's possible. We won't know until, I suppose, you try if this cure works. And Lyra peeps up again. She's, Bog Mother's sick. She's greedy.
There's the greed that you mentioned infecting this area.
Caitlin just kind of pats her hand. This is just what we deal with these days.
I think we should help the Bog Mother with no promise of payment.
Yeah.
I agree.
And she is...
Oh, she's at the heart of the swamp. Eli and Nikita are like, we could take you there. I mean, we know the area pretty well.
Well, first we have to have a party.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right, I forgot the order.
Party comes first, always.
Because we have to fill the thing, this. I'll hold up the flask.
Right.
Which is probably like, there's like droplets of energy in it from our travel party.
Right, the opposite flask. Right,
Yeah.
Right. The good vibes.
right.
We gotta
yeah.
fill it.
Oh, all right, with crabs. Right?
Well, we're
So
gonna
what
have
saying?
there will be a crab party.
I think we should just do dance party. Music, food,
We can do a
dance.
boil, too.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah. Crab decorations.
I'll go up to Kaelin and
Does
Lyra.
that mean you decorate crabs?
You decorate things with the likeness of crabs.
Crabify them.
Oh, I was thinking we'd paint the crab shells.
That could be cool.
Well, we're gonna eat the crabs.
We turn
Oh,
everything
yeah.
crabbish. We Carcinization
Well-
of the town is what we're doing.
Gotta make king of the crabs, and you don't need that one, right?
Like some
We
kind of
don't eat
city
the
of the
crab
future.
king so that he procreates and makes more incredible
Right.
crabs.
The fastest crab, because we're going to race them against each other, and the fastest
Done,
crab
yep.
wins.
Fastest crab
King
wins.
crab.
Yeah,
What
Right.
if we...
And then we eat the others.
As a punishment for losing.
yeah. The king crab gets released into the wild to make more fast crab babies for the next crop.
Yeah.
The party
I don't
gets
know
harder
that we
every
want
year.
faster crabs, seeing as
Yeah,
how
I
they
just
is a
thought
source
about how
of food for
those
us.
are food.
We release the mediumest crab.
We release the mediumest crab.
How about the loser? We release the slowest one, only slow crabs from here on
You know
out.
what? Whoever catches the fastest crab, they get to eat that crab.
Nobody else gets to eat any crabs, though?
No, everybody else gets to eat all the other crabs. But the winner with the fastest crab, they get to eat the fastest crab.
But they have to eat it fast.
So we're punishing the king crab for being fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have to release the mediumest.
Well, crabs don't know no better, so they're still gonna try their hardest either way.
That's the saddest fucking thing I've ever heard. It don't matter if we're gonna eat them or not, they're still gonna try hard.
They don't know.
Anyway, so
don't have to
so
release
big ol' seafood boil, swamp food boil.
Dance party.
Do you have potatoes?
We got swamp potatoes.
Okay, I'm gonna ask a follow-up question, and I do think I know the answer already. I'm gonna ask, corn?
No, we.
Oh, none. Just none. No swamp corn.
They don't grow here. We need better irrigation for that, unfortunately.
Okay.
We do have something called swamp cob. If you want some of that, it's like
Okay,
a pod.
and tell me what.
Swamp on the cob.
Yeah, it's like or bog cob is the other thing we call it. It's a pod. You can boil it. It's pretty crunchy, sweet.
Okay, so something akin to corn.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, swamp.
All right.
Swamp cob. It's also what we make all our hooch out of.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, should we start spreading the
Yep,
word?
I think we should go.
Yeah. I'll say to Kaelin and Lyra, can you help us party? I'm sorry, I don't remember you. We need your help to have a party in this town. You know this town.
Lyra peeps up again. We need to have a nice party with people being nice.
Yes.
Like, they need to give.
Yes. What should they give?
Kaylin looks at her and goes, well, people are... This used to be a pretty friendly community, but more and more it's just gotten... I don't know. Isolated? People aren't as willing to lend neighbors what they have.
I got an idea. Maybe people go out and they hunt for the biggest crab they can find. And then you gift that crab to one of your neighbors. And then they get to eat it. And you don't get to eat if you don't give out a crab to somebody else.
That could work.
Doesn't the implication that they can't eat unless they give negate?
Oh yeah, I guess
gotta
that's
give.
right.
What about? I guess it's kind of like crab Secret Santa, whatever that is.
Don't have to be crabs.
Not everyone can catch crabs.
Gotta keep everyone crabs.
Well, the crab,
What else is there?
the crabs,
Vodka.
the crabs could be free.
Go catch a crab for the boil.
What if we go out and we hunt as many crabs as we
We-
can and we give them to the people free of charge?
We can get the crabs. Maybe, what if we also help,
We can bring
like,
help.
clean up the swamp? And the party is us, trying to get everybody to clean something. Like, we just start doing it, but we're really excited about it. Like, when you're trying to get a kid
What
to
if we
believe that it's fun.
Do something simpler.
dust.
Make like little crowns,
Okay.
And give crowns like
Oh, sure.
Swamp crowns.
small crowns.
Out of,
Out of like vines and stuff.
Yeah.
oh,
Well, I'll start hunting crabs. 'Cause I'm pretty sure I'm good at that.
I know I'm not.
So you guys want to try to have a party with dancing and a boil, but you want people to bring things, but you're also going to be giving things to people?
Why don't we can make flyers again, right?
Sure.
Party for the Bog Mother,
Yeah.
seafood boil, dancing, live music, bring a gift.
Bring gifts.
Oh, there you go.
Bring what you can
Yeah,
and take what you need.
Oh, that's good.
that's the tagline.
All right. Yeah, sure. Okay.
What should I do?
Do you want to go with Rem this time and talk to the food people?
Oh, sure. Yeah, why
I
not?
feel like people bring crabs, though, right? That's what we're saying.
They bring what they can.
Yeah.
Take
Get
what
some
they
big
need.
pots.
I will arrange for the music.
This is kind of your realm of expertise, especially.
Yes. Swamp.
Gloopy
music.
here.
Y'all got any like a group of crab hunters? Usually go out and collect them.
Nikita and Eli are like, yeah, I mean, sure, everybody knows how to hunt crab, but, yeah, we go hunting sometimes.
Nice.
That's what we were doing whenever we met you guys.
Oh well, y'all want to join me?
Sure, yeah, yeah,
Safety in numbers.
yeah.
Look out for
guy.
nightmare beasts.
Little guy, he heard we were doing the swamp episode.
Went right for my
He
eye.
heard it's already 500 degrees.
Yeah, they're like, oh, yeah, I mean, we got some extra crab catchers. We'll help you out there.
Nice.
And they depart and they show you to their houses where they have crab catching equipments, spikes and spears and all sorts of cages. Rem and Vesper, you're gonna go try to rustle up some food?
Pots, things. to
Yeah,
boil
we're gonna
things.
try and gather up like big pots and feel like, okay, we want people to bring crabs, but maybe we can get like the sides.
Just tell everyone to bring stuff for the boil.
Okay,
you know?
it's a potluck.
Yeah.
Tell them to bring what they can.
Bring what you can.
Take
for
what
the
you need.
We're just
boil.
ringing
Take
a
what
bell.
you need.
I guess we'll just
the-
knock door to door.
Yeah, the Council of Elders is like, we don't have like a place where you can like print flyers, so like we usually just ring a bell and scream about.
Oh, okay. Do you have a bell?
Oh yeah.
Oh, great.
And they go and give you a very large bell.
Ding, 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 ding.
Just had a flashback.
Are you jealous?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
You keep doing what you're doing.
And then Keiru.
Kaylin and Lyra, can you show me any other musicians in town?
Yeah, sure. There's a couple of folks we know that are pretty good at picking and grinning and playing washboard and whatnot.
Good.
What if we just
Then tell me everything about yourselves on the way.
Everything.
Okay, let's
I feel
do
like that's one of those things, if we just start doing it, people, contribute, right?
It's like Stardew Valley, and there's just a big pot in the center of town, and everybody throws something into it.
Hey, we're making a boil.
Somebody say boil! Like, the heads just start peeking out of windows.
Boil?
We having a boil?
Boil. What's in it for you?
Crap.
Oh.
Let's have Fathom roll to hunt.
All right. Luckily, I increased my dex today. 6.
6. Oops.
Guess I could have concentrated on that, huh?
Too late now.
Yeah, you're welcome for the ducks.
Nikita got a 12.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and Eli he'd gotten a 10, so that's
Oh, nice.
it's a pretty good haul.
28 crabs. By my numbers.
Yep. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. We can probably pick up some of the bog cobs and have ourselves something real good and some potatoes. Yeah.
Nice. I can't wait to try swamp potatoes.
Oh, they're real good, especially with swamp butter. Oof.
Ooh, swamp butter, swamp taters.
Love
Say
that.
no
What
more.
color are swamp potatoes?
Purple.
Fuck yeah.
Rem and Vesper, you're gonna give me Stu Intelligence Spirit rolls.
I just have to pick up this die. 7.
5.
The same people that were kind of like popping out, they're like, "What? We're having a boil? All right. Well, who's putting it on? Who's,
Everyone.
Everyone.
What? Even me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Even you, good citizens.
Especially you.
What is? It sounds like you're trying to recruit me for something.
You look like somebody who loves to make little desserts.
How did you know that?
You have kind eyes.
Well, thank you.
And you know, not enough people have gotten to enjoy your little desserts.
Well, yeah, because they don't let me enjoy their things.
Right, but in this case, you get to enjoy some of their things, and they get to know what good little desserts you make.
All right, but only if that jerk Ben brings his donuts, because he ain't never let me taste those before.
Where does he live?
Ben is like over on the other side of a couple of bridges away, and he's like, "Hell no, I ain't bringing none of my donuts. That's too much work. You think that you guys can just trick me into coming to a boil and providing all the food for you?"
Well, everybody's providing a little bit of food, so that everybody gets to enjoy a lot of bit of food.
Sounds like communism.
Damn straight.
I don't think that this world has the political, economic strife that we're used to in other places. So I don't know what communism is per se. But doesn't it feel a lot like sharing?
I have heard that is caring.
Swamp units.
And you know who loves care? Bog Mother. Bog Mommy.
This is for the Bog Mommy?
It's for the Bog Mommy.
Well, she is mother to us all. I'll make a few donuts.
Swamp units are successful.
Right, what was it?
Bring what you can, take what
Bring
you
what
need.
you can, take what you need for the Bog Mommy.
Yeah, some people are like, bring what you can, take what you need. For the Bog Mommy, all right. Yeah, Bog Mommy.
Bog Mommy.
For the
Day.
Bog Mommy.
Say Bog Mommy with more
Bog Mother's Day.
Bog Mother's Day. Bog Mother's Day.
We're having a Bog Mother's Day, all right?
Bog Mother's Day.
It's just a big flyer made with crayon, and it's a single one. Bog Mother's Day.
Bog Mother's Day!
Bog Mother's Day.
Bill,
Ding, 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 ding.
bring what you can, take what you need.
So it's not as successful as it was up in Heartshold, where everybody seemed to be like, yeah, let's do this. This is awesome. Like, we get to do our talents, and we get to help out Hot Spring Spirit. These people...
Free crabs!
I like crabs. Yeah, me too.
Bring some other shit. For free crabs.
All right. Yeah, we're all for that. But yeah, there's still some general talk around town, and people they're like, I'd show up for the Bog Mother.
Nice.
Keiru, you're walking around with Kaylin and Lyra, and they're catching up all the time. So, where you been?
In a yurt.
next to Liminal Haven.
Just hanging out. That's cool. That's
Just
cool.
Eating bugs and playing gloopy tunes.
For some reason, my brain was like eating bugs and fucking slugs.
I was trying to come up with a rhyme.
No!
Eating bugs and self-tugs.
Oh no.
Okay, I think I know what happened. It's that the heat has gone to our brains.
Yeah, fried.
I found this group and joined them in trying to find the crystal tears for Liminal Haven.
Yeah, they seem like a good bunch. And here in the background, your friends shouting at each other and various villagers.
Yes, they are a spirited group. But I don't know, I seem to remember less even than you.
You're not afraid that's gonna happen again?
Might, but how much worse could it get?
What if it reverses it? That'd be cool. Or maybe it does get worse and you're like a double frog.
Explain double frog. What do you visualize when you see a double frog?
Well, I was originally thinking you just turn into like an actual frog, but now double frog makes me think like frog on one end, other frog on the other end.
Like a push me pull you, but a frog.
I don't know what that is, but yeah.
And you don't have any amphibious qualities or
Nope, just old bones.
no desire to eat insects or other arthropods?
Well, they say crabs is spiders, so I've been eating a lot of those.
I'll pull out a jar of spiders.
Oh, crabs.
If you like a tiny land crab.
Vesper comes out of nowhere and throws the jar. No!
I'll snag it with my tongue.
Maggie the dragonfly swoops down and snags one out of the air as well.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful.
As you guys make your way around to the various villagers, there's like a kind of an old, rundown-looking shop store, and outside of it are a couple of people in rocking chairs, and one of them's got a washboard, and somebody else has a pair of spoons, and somebody's got a banjo. But they're not playing right now.
Would you like to play your music with me soon?
Oh, goodness.
There will be crab.
There better be. There's always crap. One of them's like, it's just too hot to play.
It is not.
Good point. What do you say to that?
No.
Imagine you're just chilling on a hot porch and a frogman walks up to you. You guys want to jam?
That's a little too hot. No, it's not.
I will
Okay.
I mean, that's living in Denton. Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
That is home.
I will try to convince them by playing my gloopiest glorps.
Gloop it up. What is the job roll on that? As Dex Spirit or Dex Intelligence?
Dex Spirit for my actual music ability.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let me preface this by saying these are the people that you are trying to convince. This is like, a major part of this festival that you're trying to put on. And that this village seems to be struck by that sense of kind of
Greed.
selfishness
Yes.
that it apparently didn't have before.
I will give you this music for free, but we must bring all of our music to the boil, and then we can have crab. We will bring what we can and take what we need.
All right,
Which is
let's hear it.
Fuck. I have to compose a song now called Bring What You Can, Take What You Need. And it's got to be a bop.
Aw, I love it.
I rolled
Flutes and banjos.
a 5.
You see, as you are playing the song, Shadow, the Tanuki, you hear the clicking of little paws on the wood below, and Shadow walks up and sits down and is watching you play. And she's sitting next to the other 3 musicians. And they're kind of rocking in their chairs, and they look down. Huh, seems to like it. And your role has now become a critical success.
Oh shit!
Got that Tanuki luck.
What is a critical success on those dice for you?
That would be a 12.
Nice. Yeah, this is both a fresh tune, but it kind of reminds me of olden days back in the swamp. Yeah, and they start like kind of strumming along, and they start playing with you. And eventually, like, people are kind of coming out, and they're like, yeah, that sounds pretty good. And people are starting to dance, and Lyra's kind of dancing with Kaylin. Gloop glooping.
We're glorping it up. Glorping the people.
Glorping in the swamp.
We must now glorp for the Bog Mother.
Glorp for the Bog Mother. Come on. Glorp for the Bog Mother.
Yes.
Sentences really don't mean anything.
Not in the swamp.
Brand new sentence.
So yeah, you guys managed to kind of pull this all together again, like you did in Heart's Hold. You have a massive pot set up in the center of town, underneath the big oak tree, and have a massive boil going. Ram, I assume you're going to be cooking?
Yeah.
You got 28 crabs, a bunch of potatoes, and bog cob.
Bog cob.
Roll your, what's the job stat for that one? Did we say intelligence? Double intelligence or intelligence spirit?
Double intelligence?
Yes. Yeah, that's what we did for the orzo, the chicken orzo soup. See how it turns out.
Anything but spirit, and I'm good. 5.
5.
Can I help?
Yeah.
Do I also roll double intelligence to help?
Yeah, roll double intel. Well, how are you helping? You already provided the crabs.
Probably like stirring the pot as seasonings are being added, and maybe like quartering the swamp taters.
Nice. I would say that, again, Shadow walks up to you and kind of like paws at your pack.
Mm-hmm.
And like nudges out that satchel of herbs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Secret stuff.
And she's like sniffing it really hard. Like she just found it. Like
Is she? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, no, I'll dump that in.
cool.
It's all coming full circle.
Roll dexterity intelligence for me and see
oh, yeah.
if we can get you an additional.
It's a good day. 7.
So that's 2 +1s that'll bump your roll up to 7.
Hell yeah.
So it's not the best thing you ever made. It's a little bit spicy, but damn, is it's good, and it's gonna feed a lot of people.
Spicy on a hot day. Just like,
Distraction.
Clearing everything out.
yeah.
This is the warmest that Fathom's ever been.
It's kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie. I may look like I'm in pain, but I am enjoying myself.
It could be moisture.
Could it?
Be moisture?
Hey, look at the swamp around it.
Scary. Everyone is sweating. Everything is glistening with.
I think there's a mud
Coverage.
pit over there if you need to go lay down for a second.
The
I
elders.
definitely have taken my shirt off, but still have my
Your apron?
apron on.
Love it.
Hot.
But, you know.
You wouldn't
It's
want
hot
to
in
get
a
any
different way.
splash back
Yeah,
on
you
your
don't wanna-
nipples,
yeah.
is the thing.
Exactly.
Oh, the
Aprons are
nipples are
there
out.
for a reason.
It's
Narrow at the
out.
top.
Narrow
Yeah.
cut.
Just barely.
Some of the elders walk up and they've got crabs. I heard we was crab racing. Do we
Oh,
need
yeah.
to? How do we?
I feel like
my
that's-
crab will be fastest.
No, you don't. Are you scared of crabs?
No, I'm scared of
She
everything
puts
else.
it towards her face and it's like,
I don't love that, if I'm being honest.
Anybody got some rope we could borrow?
Here's the bell.
sure. They find just like a big old thing of twine.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Thick
I'll
twine.
I'll like lay out some strips and cut them so that there's like lanes.
Nice.
Yeah, just pop your crabs down. What do crabs eat?
We gotta name the crabs first.
Name your crabs.
Oh, Sheldon.
Perfect.
Sheldon's a winner. I feel it.
Dr. Claw.
Oh, no? Okay.
Dr. Claw.
This is chitin-y.
On my mark. Release the crabs!
The bell rings out, people drop their crabs, the crabs start skittering in all different directions.
Whichever one crosses this finish line first is going to be a winner.
Are you guys participating in the crab race?
100%.
I forgot to bring a crab.
Oh no. Okay, whoever is participating in the crab race.
Can I roll to
I'm
have,
like about to drop one in the pot. I'm like, yep.
Can I roll to have brought a crab for Vesper?
Yeah.
What should I roll?
Roll intelligence spirit. Intelligence to have remembered and then spirit because it's like a loving thing that you would do for a friend.
That's a 7.
I'm gonna name mine Sea Spider.
Sea spider.
Creepy.
Yeah.
I will give you this, Fathom. You have
Sea
2
Spider.
crabs left that you did not eat. One is very large, the other one's very small. Which one would you like to give to Vesper?
I look and see which one's little legs are moving faster, and I hand that one to Vesper.
Aww. I think that you see the flask. It glows a little bit.
Aww. I'm gonna name him Clarence. And then I throw him on the ground. Go!
This is Stabitha.
Not Krabatha?
No.
Is that
Give it a weapon.
Crabs with knives are my favorite fucking thing. That and crows with knives.
This will get people running around.
I'll play the crabbiest music I can muster.
It's wet, but it's hard this time.
It's wet, but it's clacky. And there's just spoons going on in the background, like going nuts. Everybody roll
Good
2
luck to
D10s
you on the music for
me.
this episode.
2
I'm just
D10s,
making
you
it more
said?
and more difficult for you. Yeah, 2
Yeah.
D10s. If you get a crab in your race, 2 D10s.
Oh, I don't have a crab in the race.
I'm sorry, I only had 2
Throw one of my
hands.
spiders.
Oh.
Spiders is crabs. If crabs is spiders, then spiders
Come on,
is
Sea
crabs.
Spider. Come on, Sea Spider.
And add up those numbers.
7.
9.
12.
Dang.
Vesper's crab that Fathom gave her just pew, like, straight for the finish line, whereas everybody else's is like skidding. One just goes off to the side and dumps into a bog part and is gone forever.
Pick them up and hold them
Everything,
over my head.
yeah. Everything else just kind of stops or skitters this way and gets confused. But Clarence is absolutely number 1, king crab.
King Crab!
King Crab.
King crab.
Throw him in the pot.
I give him a little kiss and then I toss him into the pot. Sweet.
The flask empties. Oh man, poor Clarence.
I like to think we gather up all the crabs from the race and put them in the
The race was actually on a big board that just ends. Go faster! Yay!
I'm gonna
Lift up one end to slide them all into it.
I'm gonna go stand next to Rem at the cooking pot. Hey, you remember last time you mentioned like sometimes we ruin a place? Did that happen here? Cause everybody's hanging out.
But they're having.
I mean, crabs don't have a central nervous system.
Okay.
So, what we're doing isn't wrong.
A handful of more crabs. One's yelling, "Help me!"
Keep in mind though, every time
I
that pot
think
gets
that one
stirred,
might have been a guy.
every time that pot gets stirred, that's Ghibli food in there.
Delicious.
Tasty swamp crabs. Purples and reds.
The elders come to you and thank you for doing this. This was nice.
Y'all got any butter?
Do we ever? And they like bring out this big old brick that's like wrapped in leaves, and it looks like it's kind of covered in the mud. Like these leaves are wet and brown. There you go. You, you open it up, it is a brick of gray.
Delicious. Where did the milk come from?
Milk.
Uh,
It's swamp butter. It comes from the swamp.
Say more.
No.
Hey, this girl doesn't know what swamp butter is. Oh.
Wait until after.
Fucking idiot.
I throw you in the pot.
That was a townsfolk, not Fathom.
Fathom Boyle.
Have you tried
The swamp butter.
Lawrence's Tiny Tarts? Good. I don't know what kind of fruit they are. They're colors I've never seen before in food. But man, he makes a mean little dessert.
I'm gonna go get a tiny tart
Yeah.
and a donut
Yeah.
and put the tiny tart in the middle of the donut.
Oh my god. It's
Need
like
it.
they're kissing.
You got tart on my donut. The other one's like,
They start making out.
you got donut in my tart.
There
A
you
tart
Well-
nut.
How's it taste?
Amazing.
Dough tarts?
They looked at each other like, oh. They do the, what was it, Zoolander thing where,
There's making the
Yeah.
faces.
Maybe y'all should kiss.
and they try it and they're like, that's very good.
They were made for each other.
We could,
Just like you.
It's like
I hold it.
filling the hole you
I'm
have
gonna-
in the middle.
I'm gonna like be really close, like hiding with the flask just near these two. I feel like we're gonna get a really big burst out of this one.
yeah, they're like looking at each other like, might be onto something here. We could make this work.
Play some romantic gloops.
It's like, what's this kid doing?
You're killing them.
This is
Oh
like,
my god, I do that.
it's like the swamp version of The Little Mermaid where everybody's like playing music trying to get them to kiss. And they just like, one of them holds up a donut and the other one holds up a tart.
Oh no.
Nice.
And they cut it in half and they share it.
Aww.
Yeah.
The flask comes.
We all have
And that's it.
stroke.
That's the end. That's the end of that episode.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Paul said, make it wholesome, make it sweet. And we brought only bad energy to that. We're the imbalance.
Oh,
This is perfectly balanced. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's a meta campaign. That's what it's all about, is that we can't get our fucking skulls out of the gutter for long enough.
we're the swamp butter.
We gotta drain the swamp better.
Oh,
How is the flask looking?
It's looking pretty full. You guys actually did a good job here.
Yay! Does it seem, as like the night's winding down, people are going home, are they like still chatting as they all walk home? Everybody's got like a new vibe, a new energy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Everybody's, all the people that were kind of bickering with each other before or coming up with excuses seem to have had a very wonderful time and a different outlook on everything. In fact, some of them come up and then, thank y'all for doing this. It's nice of you.
Yeah, just remember, tomorrow when we go see the Bog Mother and help her out, really we're just like the vessels, like kind of like this flask here. What's really gonna help her out is the good feelings and the sharing vibes that came from all of y'all.
So you're gonna go see her tomorrow?
I think so.
Well, do you guys need a place to stay?
I hadn't even thought about
I
that.
hadn't considered.
Yeah, well, we got some extra room in our shack up there if you want to.
That'd be nice.
All right, yeah. And with that, the last bit of the flask fills up.
Aww.
Yeah, you guys make your way to this person's house and they set you up. It's a small room. It's nothing really fancy or anything like that. But it's got shelter and mosquito nets up.
This
I'm
time,
just dumping calamine lotion onto my head from a bucket.
now I must starve.
You could
go
Yeah,
outside.
if you want to hang
I
out
have
in the
plenty
mud.
of- I have plenty of spiders, don't worry.
I mean, this is kind of your vibe, right?
we could hang up the crystal lantern in the middle of the room, and you could go outside to all the folks trying to get to it and just lick them off the walls.
I like where your head's at, but I feel like it's unsafe.
Oh, maybe so. Yeah, look out for nightmare creatures. Probably for the first time ever, Fathom welcomes his little bed of ice cubes that he's going to make for himself.
I lay with my back to the ice cubes.
I can make more of these.
Everybody gets an ice cube.
Yeah, they will melt in the night, so you'll be wet when you wake up, but it'll be nice before then.
Is this the sugary one?
They're not. They just taste sweet. It's magic, so it's not like. It's just enough to get you wet, but if you tried to drink the liquid, it's gone. What? We get a full MP back
You do,
in the
yeah.
morning. I've got a total of 24 MP. It only costs 2 to make one 50 centimeter by 50 centimeter ice cube. I'll just make enough to fill whoever wants one, like a bed for you.
Yeah, I'll take.
I don't know if I want a whole bed, but yeah, I'll take one.
Yeah.
Just gonna sleep with it like a teddy bear.
As it slowly melts into you.
I curl up on top of my little 4-post ice cube stand.
Is there anything else you guys want to do before retiring?
I'll play some music
Nice.
for the purpose of giving us a better roll.
Much thank. But because we're in beds, we get all of our HP back, right?
All of your MP back. HP would be half of what you currently have. Are you injured?
Yeah, I did travel bad.
Oh, I thought you did a giant's palm after that.
I ran out.
I've got one extra.
Oh, nobody offered.
Well,
you want-
tomorrow goes poorly.
Oh, that's true.
Have an apple before bed.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna chow down on my church bell dayflower tonight.
Tonight?
Nice.
Yeah, because that'll give me +1 to my condition roll in the morning. To my next, as long as I don't have to roll spirit in the night.
You can do the same.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna reminisce on my dream from the night before and like actively think about that before like going to bed. You know, instead of trying to welcome the dream more than like be afraid of it.
This night, you haven't been under the influence of the nightmare beasts. The dreams are not as harsh, scary, as devastating as they had been the night before. Fathom, you feel that sense of warmness as you look upon the two figures that are in the snowdrift, and you know this feeling. You know this familiarity. You know them. This is what family feels like. And you remembered saying, like, what's a mom? What, how does that work? I don't know if I had a mom. And in this moment, you know that you did. Or at least in this dream, you do. Rem, same as always, you hear her voice, you smell the smell, see her face. Only this time, you call her by her name. Alora. Keiru, this time, you dream of your dragonfly friend. Except she grows into a beautiful little bird, black and white. She sings a lovely song to you. You begin playing along with your flutes. This is a magpie. And Vesper, you dream of the tree again. The tree has begun to fruit. They're small, but they're delicious when you bite into them. And inside of them are additional seeds that you could choose to plant if you wanted to. You see your family again, off in the distance, but they're smiling and they're waving at you. And you all wake up.
Do I see my dragonfly that morning?
Yeah.
I'll ask it if it can still sing.
It can only flutter its wings to make a buzzing sound. You've never heard it make any other noise, no squeaking or anything like that. And you see that her wings kind of droop at that question.
I think that things that are alive can become spirits when they die.
Oh.
I think that makes sense. I think I do have a mom. Or I did. I think I had like a whole family. I still can't remember who they are.
Would it be right to try to recapture an old life after you've died?
I don't know, but don't I at least have a right to those memories?
Perhaps. I'm not an expert on memories. I've lost many.
Maggie has their memories, though, right?
It's difficult to say.
Ask her.
Maggie, can you still remember?
It flutters a little bit, and then again, the wings droop as it had before.
I think not.
Maybe just pieces like we got.
And it hovers up and down when you say that.
Yes. But I am not a spirit. I am just cursed. So I will get my memories back. I hope.
Can I have everyone roll your condition checks for me today? Remembering that Vesper and Fathom have a +2. Everybody else +1.
For all those pluses, it's an 8.
7.
I got 9.
4.
Well, no fumbles.
I was one off from a fumble.
Imagine fumbling in a condition.
In that morning, people who opened their hut to you, they don't have much in the way of food, but they do share what they have, some bread and some of the leftovers from the night before, the pot boil. Before Eli and Nikita show up at the door. You guys ready?
Ready as we're gonna be, I think.
Yes.
You look better rested today than you did yesterday, so less nightmares?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's good.
It helps that there were no nightmare beasts here.
That usually helps, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys head off for the Bog Mother. Let's do your movement checks.
Oh no.
You get pluses for anything against heat, anything against swamp. If you want to concentrate on this, you can. You can use a duck.
I'm
you can
gonna use my
your
duck.
I'm gonna use a duck.
I'm gonna use a duck also.
I did not say I was, so
Okay, so +3 to this for me.
Okay.
From shoes, swampiness, and duck.
This is right. Strength ducks, yeah.
9. Probably one under what I fucking needed.
12?
11.
It's 11.
It feels better to have missed it by 2 than by 1 again, if I'm being honest.
I'm going to give
It's
Vesper.
brutal.
I have another giant's
I have a giant. Yeah, I'm going to give you a giant's ball.
Yay.
I have 2, so if that's your last one,
That's fine.
okay, we can share.
All right, I'm gonna use my last one then for myself.
We can use Swampunism to share.
You know what? Why don't we, in the spirit of sharing and caring, which is kind of what we're trying to spread here, why don't we trade? I'll give you my giant's palm for some of yours.
Okay.
That way, it's not like I used the last of mine. I gave
You
it
have
away.
2?
Well, now
You
I
just
have...
want another extra one now.
I believe in myself, so it's gonna be okay from here out.
So as you guys are making your way through the bog, it is maybe even rougher than the day before with how murky and swampy it is here, and it's slowed you down quite a bit. Eli and Nikita seem to know where it is that they're going, and you begin to notice that you are getting closer. Strange, wondrous sights. Suddenly the mushrooms that are growing off the trees and the lichen seem to have a kind of eerie glow to them.
Swamp gas.
You can tell in the water that there's more living things here. There's like fish kind of splashing here and there. You see turtle heads ducking beneath the water as you walk by, and suddenly you start seeing blooms. There's hanging flowers around and bright bursts of color everywhere, and they get more and more concentrated. We're getting closer.
We must be near, yes.
As you make your way into this nest of flowers and push through these vines, you see her in the center of everything, surrounded by foliage and what looks to be various trinkets and golds and shiny things. The Bog Mother.
Oh, what?
The Bog Mommy.
Fuck yeah, dog.
Send her right there.
Oh, the moss on the back.
Looks so cool.
Show it off to the cam.
That's me.
I got up at 5 a.m. to paint this,
Oh my
and I wish I'd
goodness.
gotten up earlier because she definitely could use way more paint.
That looks great.
Looks good.
So I wanted to touch her up, but
I love it.
With the alligator tail.
you lay eyes on her. Are you guys stealthing up, or are you?
Maybe
Just
let's be
one.
quiet and we can just sneak it in her snout.
Yeah, we could try.
Do a little snoot sneak.
All right, everybody roll double dexterity for me.
I'm bad at this. Double dicks.
Eli and
I'm
Nikita will do so as
This
well.
is why I only
going
eat
to
fish.
I'll do the magic concentrate. I'll come on to that though.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I crit.
Woo!
Not great.
It's only an 8,
Okay.
but I crit.
Well,
Okay. Oh, I was holding the flask too. Maybe this is good.
Nice.
12?
Holy shit. Stealthy.
5.
Okay.
7.
You guys are able to sneak up quietly into her domain without her noticing. Eli and Nikita as well. They are blending in seamlessly with the forest. They've even given you guys some of their ability to camouflage. They've given you like
Covered in moss.
basically ghillie suits.
Moss cape.
And as you begin to sneak up towards her, you see what it was they were talking about. From beneath her, there are black tendrils of almost lightning-looking things just streaking out in various directions around her. And that's where we're going to leave off today's episode.
That seems like it's going to be hard to deal with.
All we've been doing is going around helping folks who need it. And if I'm being honest, you seem like you've kind of got it worse than anybody else that we've come across. Fathom is like on the lookout for who seems to be having like the most fun, what groups are having the most fun, and just kind of like lingers near them with the flask, trying to get as much juice in there as he can.
Good call.
Nice. That dark energy that had infused into the butter begins to sink into you as if it's going straight for your eyes.
Well, this is turning out great.
We're doing great, y'all.
Maybe this is the finale.
Yeah. I'm gonna take out my suit book and give it to him.
I can play us another goodnight song.
You're bleeding a lot.
This isn't easy. So I'm gonna pull out one of my Hime apples and like try to act like I'm offering it like directly to her mouth.
Okay.
And if she opens the mouth, I'm gonna try to like swap it out for the flask.
Okay.
Why?
We can't let her drink this. It's too good. I have to hide it, and I'll take my money pouch that has 290 gold in it and put it in there. And as I'm putting it in, I drop it so that some of it spills out in front of me. And I'm like, oh no! And I'm trying to coax them into taking it for her.
Okay.
Fantastic.
As she shuts it, she looks at it and she's like, thank you so much for this.